Hey guys, welcome back. And today I'm going to be working on this 1930s Breakmaster, or Breakfaster. It is a toaster and a hot plate. So it's supposed to have a dual functionality, or where you make eggs. Up here you can make toast or whatever you like down here. As you can see, it is a Calkins Appliance Company, Niels, Michigan, United States of America, model T2 Breakfaster. This model was made between 1936 and 38, but people found it to not be very functional because the only way to adjust the heat or turn it off is by unplugging it. So it wasn't very useful in that matter. I suppose your eggs would probably be done way later than your bread. So if you didn't remove your bread while you're cooking your eggs, then it would probably burn. As you can see, there's a little tray here. You can pull these two tabs. This comes out. It's just riveted in there, kind of riveted. And then you can see the inside. It's pretty simple. There's just a heater element at the top, and then there's the wires around the heater element. I guess they call it online Art Deco design. It uses black bakelite handles because bakelite was sufficient because when it heats up, bakelite does not get affected by heat. The only bad thing about it is it's quite brittle to fractures because it's not flexible. So yeah, I'll show you the simple disassembly of it. It's a really easy disassembly, so I'll go ahead and get to that. Alright, so for disassembly, all you need is a Phillips screwdriver for this bit of the disassembly. Yeah, you can see there's these 4 screws, and this is all that holds the actual toaster together. So yeah, I'll go ahead and remove those and show you what's under it. Okay, as you can see, we have those 4 bolts removed, or screws. So now all you have to do is remove this cover here. It'll be gentle because the cord does run through it. Lay it to the side. Then with the other side, this one just pulls straight off. That's something I will note. It was an interesting design I couldn't figure out at first, but the hinges, as you can see, there's a dip in that mold for these pegs. The hinges set on top of the pegs. So that's actually how the hinges pivot. There's one in the front, one in the back. This is the rear, and then this is the front. So what you want to do from here is you need a, what size is this? It's a 3/16 wrench or nut driver. Oh, just preferably a wrench. That's fine, it just fell onto the rug. Just a wrench, preferably. Now, I've already loosened these, but just to show you, it's just these two nuts holding this on. And then from here, we can get under it. Just go ahead and remove this. Just a moment. Go ahead and get that other plate. Another thing, these pins do come out of the plates, so be careful not to lose them. Alright, now we have this loose, so we're going to go ahead and pull the wires loose. So this is the side. And then what we want to do from here is you can go ahead and remove the tray, which is easier if you take the basket out of it first, because it's going to try to catch on everything like it's doing right now. But that's fine, it's not really important. Okay, and this should pull straight up and off. You can lay that aside. As you can see, it is incredibly dirty. I do not think this has ever been cleaned. Okay, here's the tray, which you saw, just dirty. Then here, as you can see, is where the wires run in and leads to the heating elements. These just pull straight up and off, and I'm gonna put them on the sides. These are dirty as well, I have to clean them. The good thing about this unit is the only thing that you cannot really clean is the cord and the heater unit. So this pulls straight off here. As you can see, it's very dirty, so I need to clean that. Then this is quite fragile, so I'm going to use 2 hands. What you do is you lift this straight up, and this one is sitting in a little bowl. So I'm going to go ahead and lift that off there and set it to the side so I don't damage it. Okay, now we're down to just the plate and the top. So the plate pulls straight out, nothing holding it. Set that to the side, and then as you can see, here is the top. Now I'd be careful with this because it is polished. It may be chromed, I think. So you need to be careful with what you do to it. I think I'm just going to take the components that aren't actually electronic, and I'll probably just wash them with a toothbrush in the sink because I don't really see what would damage it. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wash these pieces up, and I'll show you what they look like when I get done. Alright guys, I did some work on it today, repainted the logo, cleaned the inside out, and I put a piece of bread in here just now. As you can see, the inside is a lot cleaner. I completely cleaned it at least, and then I got all the grills cleaned. I refinished, or not really refinished, but I got the top cleaned off. I used, we used ultrasonic cleaner, ultrasonic cleaner. That did a lot, and then we used Bright. That worked really well on getting the crud off the top. So I'm gonna go ahead and try it out. I'm gonna make a pot of chicken noodle soup and then make a piece of bread. Same one I showed you that was in here. I'm gonna cook that as well. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the pot and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, as you can see, I do have the chicken noodle soup in the pot now. And I took the bread out while the soup cooks because it's going to be very hot. As you can see too, you can see the eyes in there. I can see they're hot. But they're heating up, so you can tell it's getting hot. Pretty quick, actually. Probably 10 or so minutes and it should be boiling and ready to eat. So I'll go ahead and show you it when it's near done. Alright guys, it's making a bit of noise, but I don't know if you can see it, but it is steaming a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and stick the bread in. Get it nice and toasty. Here we go. Alright guys, I'll get back to you when the bread is done or is boiling, or both. Alright guys, both finished about at the exact same time. As you see, I got both sides of my bread. I had to flip it, but still. And the soup is done. The one thing I will tell you is you do have to unplug it to turn it off. That's one of the main complaints of this product when it first came out, was that you had to actually unplug it, so it made it kind of an inconvenience instead of being able to adjust the heat and adjust the time it cooks for. But so far it's worked pretty good, and I'll go ahead and pour this into the bowl and tell you what I think, I guess. Alright guys, it's been a few minutes. As you can see, it's still quite hot. I don't know if you can see it, but you can see this. Or yeah, you can. You can see the steam still rising off of it. It is unplugged, but it's still very, very hot. And this bread is actually very good. I got it just about how I like my toast. The only thing about this too is you can't set settings, obviously, because all you have is a door and plug-in. But as long as you pay attention to your bread and you don't let it burn or whatever, then I think this would be fairly convenient. I didn't expect it to be able to boil the soup at first, if I was being honest, because it took a very long time to heat up. But it got there, and it's still very, very hot. I mean, it's burn you to the touch hot. So you definitely could cook, I guess you could cook regular meals on this, honestly, like meat and everything. They marketed this to college students, bachelors, people that lived in apartments. Pretty much this was an appliance for people that had not a lot of space, but they also wanted something attractive that you could put on the counter and not have to put up all the time. They produced this model, I think I may have said this earlier in the video, but I'm not sure, from 1936 to 1938. I did manage to find an advertisement, and I will show it probably here. And It's very difficult. I had a very difficult time finding an advertisement for it, but it's a bit blurry as well, but you can see, and if you pause the video, you can probably read it as well. So, yeah. I forgot to mention, I used, for kind of polishing it a bit, I used Winnow Auto and Motorcycle. It's pretty much just a polish for chrome, which is, this is, I'm fairly sure, chrome plated. Then I took some Testors model car paint and painted the brake faster on it. That's not the best paint job, but it makes it a lot better than what it looked like what it looks like now, or what it looked like. Overall I have about 3 hours in this piece, but it runs from around $80 to $100 from what I've been able to find online. I would say really well made. It's very easy to service if you had a problem with it. But yeah, I mean, it would be convenient for someone at the time to cook with this if you didn't have an oven or is a compact, area. This would be very useful. Or even if you wanted to have an extra eye for your stove, I mean, really, you could just use this to cook extra meals. It's fairly convenient. I know it wasn't very popular, and from what I've been able to find, this is the only product this company made, which is interesting. I tried to find more on the company, but like I said, all I can find is pictures of this piece. The majority of them are in fair condition, and from what I've read, it's because most people didn't use them as much. But I still really like this piece, and I think it's quite useful. It's simplistic, like I said, four screws in the bottom, and then you disassemble it. And as you can see, it's a lot cleaner in there. What it was is very difficult to clean. But yeah, it's the only thing you can't wash with this thing is the heater element, so that's nice. You can pretty much wash the entire thing as well if you get it dirty or anything. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll continue to try to do more stuff like this. I enjoy working on these and get these back into homes and into, getting a new life put into them. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you later.